Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes upset the 17th ranked team in the nation in TCU. Now this is huge for the debut for Coach Prime. Everybody before the game said TCU was going to win this game. It was going to be in a blowout fashion. There's no way in hell they were going to win this game. But Colorado came through. They won the game. And this answers the question. As we've seen the games from Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, are those two Heisman candidate players? Are they players that's going to be on the watch for the Heisman Trophy? Is the Colorado Buffalo serious this season? Let's talk about it. So now, to answer that question, all three of those questions I asked in the intro, no, I don't think that any of that. The first question was Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. They're tremendous athletes. They are great athletes. Shedeur Sanders, great quarterback. Travis Hunter, great receiver, great athlete overall, man. I mean, the guy can do it all. Yesterday, they balled out. The only issue I have is, as the season continues to go and the competition starts to get more fierce, they're not going to be able to perform. I'm not saying perform as in stats, but perform as in turning those good stats into wins, because people don't realize that the Heisman goes off wins as well. The Heisman Trophy doesn't just go off of, oh, who's the best player in NCAA. You have to have wins to back that up. And if Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter, well, I mean, they're on the same team, but if those two guys don't have a winning record, none of them are getting picked for Heisman or being the Heisman candidate running at all. But them boys was balling yesterday. I mean, Shedeur Sanders with 510 passing yards, 90% QBR, 4 touchdowns. I mean, the guy was going crazy yesterday, and as you've seen, it just looked like it was natural for him. Same with Travis Hunter. I mean, he played both sides of the ball. Like he looked like prime Deion back when Deion was in college. He had 11 receptions for 119 yards, and he also had an amazing pick in the goal line situation where it was like, okay, this guy is one of a kind type player. And just seeing those two work together and Shedeur having his other options and Dylan Edwards and Xavier Weaver. I mean, this team overall looked amazing yesterday, and I couldn't say too much about it. But the biggest thing I have about it is the TCU they played yesterday was not the same TCU last year at all, in no way, shape, or form. They didn't have the same quarterback, not the same receivers, O-line, defense. Like, this team is completely different. And they look trash. Like, they look terrible. And I'm not trying to trash Colorado's game. Colorado still played a great game. They still came out and played hard and won the game, essentially. But if they would have played last year's TCU's team, it would have been a different story. But this is a great start for Deion. This is a great way to start his program off, his culture. And we're going to see from here. Yes, they got that first win, and they're excited, they're hyped. They got the, juices going and all that. But the games they play this year is going to be tough. It's going to be so tough. They're going to play Oregon, USC, Arizona State, UCLA, Oregon State. Like, these guys that's in their conference, and it's just going to be a tough road for them. Like, the first game against TCU, yeah, it was a good game. Shootout back and forth. The only issue I got with Colorado is their defense, and their defense has to make stops, and that's going to be one of their weaknesses, their defense, and they won't be able to survive in their own conference with the defense that they have. But it's a good start for Prime. They didn't really win a lot of games last year, so hopefully they can bring more wins to the table. But as their overall record, I see them winning at least maybe 4 to 5 games going for the rest of the year. I don't see anything else spectacular about these guys, but I mean, I just think it's just too early to say Heisman watch for Shedeur and Travis as well. I just feel like one game wasn't the best competition. Also, as a team aspect for Colorado, like, they have so many tough games ahead of them. It's like, how many games are they going to really win? And are those wins going to contribute to their Heisman watch success? So we're going to see. We're going to see what happens, man. Hopefully everything goes good, but I'm just not a believer right now. I think it's just too early to tell. And we're just going to wait and see. But you let me know in the comments, man. How do you think Colorado's going to do this year? This is the team that everybody's been talking about. First game, first dub out the way. Also, is Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders Heisman quality athletes? Are they on Heisman watch? Is Travis Hunter really him? Let me know in the comments what you think, man. Thanks for listening. On the road to 400 subscribers. Thanks for listening.